Hi and welcome. So this is our first discussion with the both of us there. We've got Nikki and me. And we are here to try and just give you some information about what we do today. You can see we've put some sort of like headlines on the board there behind. Talk about beginners on there as well. So we just thought we'd come on, give you some information on what we do. So,
even the dog's trying to join in. Hello.
Got our little dog with us on the floor. She's coming up to join in, I think.
This is Hallie Mae.
So, what are we going to do? So, before we start the discussion, a little bit about what we do or what we don't do in our classes. So, the one thing that I would say we don't do much of in our classes is sort of cardiovascular sort of movement stuff. So, ours is more slow, more controlled, a little bit like Pilates style, but we do incorporate a lot of different exercises from different systems that we've studied over many years. So this includes exercises from neurology. We do a little bit with the eyes, vestibular systems, because all that is going to help the way you move. And so when someone comes in initially to our classes, if they're starting a beginner's class, it might be a little bit different to if they're joining one of their mixed group classes, because sometimes you can feel a little bit out of place. So we thought we'd come in, have a little chat, and give you some information on what kind of happens and what we're looking for, and maybe a few tips for you as well on this one today.
People come in and they've maybe done other sorts of exercise, but we've got our exercises all sort of blended from a number of things to try and help you do movements that will help you that will transfer to during the week. So if you're just doing things that are nice doing in a class, we want to try and get you to be able to do things that you will then get the benefit of when you're trying to do things, hobbies or around the home or just in life in general, just to make things easier. So that's how we have ended up making this our own sort of blend of different exercises to try and make it as transferable as possible to everyday life.
So when someone comes in, maybe they're new to exercise, maybe they've done some stuff before. But one of the big things you can see we wrote on the board there is called awareness. So the one thing that you'll get through our exercises over a period of time is being more aware of how your body moves. So that's good and bad. We don't want to be hypercritical, because we shouldn't be thinking of how our body moves in some circumstances when we go for a walk, when we do anything around the house on that, but that should just happen naturally. But when we're doing exercise, we want to feel what's going on. So awareness is a really big thing, and you tend to find that some people find it more difficult to attach to that awareness type feeling that you have. And you can often see that through the way that people will sort of perform the exercises. Now, our exercises, we can choose different levels. So when you're coming into us as a beginner, or even if you've exercised before, we don't know how you move or what you're doing. So we like to start off with the easier exercises and then kind of develop and progress you as we see that you can do the exercises. So our first exercises are really just an introduction. So when you first come in, we always say take 1, 2, 3 weeks if you want, just to go through the motions, because like you say, it's all new to you. It can be quite confusing coming in and doing something new. If we're asking you to move the arms and legs in different positions, it can get quite confusing.
All the coordination is sometimes can be tricky, but it's really good for your brain to work on improving your coordination. So we just need to let you ease into it, and then you're going to feel better about doing it.
So we want you to feel confident, really. So the first thing is building confidence within the exercises, and we say we progress you at your own level. So if we pick an exercise, we've usually got 4 or 5 levels of that same exercise. So someone beginning with us will be doing the easier option, someone will be doing a harder version, but you might all be doing the same exercise. We do have people coming in with a few restrictions in movement and stuff that we might have to give particular exercises to, but we keep our classes fairly small, so it's not too difficult for us to kind of give you a different exercise to do that will benefit you more than what we kind of chose to do in the class.
And it's interactive, so you just say, "Oh, can you give me something else to do?" and we will do that. But when people are coming in regularly, you get where you know that you're gonna which exercises they're probably going to need something different, and we would just do that anyway as an option. You may find that if you come in, people are very individual, so you might come in and take to it very, very like a duck to water, really, and be able to get straight into it. Other people take longer, but it's purely individual, and there's no right or wrong. We're always just looking to try and improve ourselves in various things, and you just have to go with the flow and see how you get on, really.
Yeah, so over the years, a lot of this movement has changed, where people come into us that have done maybe squats, lunges, and press ups and stuff on that side, but you'll find this a little bit different. We do include some exercises like that through what we do, but we're looking for in sort of, I would say, some sort of compensations, but orientations, because you may find that you've got one side of your body that's really dominant and really good at doing the exercises, and the other side is not working as well. So we're not trying to even up the both sides of the body, because we're not symmetrical. We've got a liver on one side of the body, heart on the other side. We've got 3 lobes along on the right and 2 lobes on the left. So we're kind of imbalanced anyway. So all we're trying to do is make sure both sides of the body are functioning. But you tend to find, even when you begin the exercises, that maybe you can do an exercise really good on one side, but not so well on the other. And sometimes this will actually, you'll see this in normal life. So we get quite a few people come in with different aches, so shoulders, hips, knees, backs. We saw them type of people coming in. So we're looking at trying to help them by, helping them to restore motion, movement, some strength as well. So our exercises are usually not too fast, slow, controlled. We do quite a bit standing up, but we also do some floor-based exercises as well. We like doing the standing ones because it's going to be a better approach really to your daily life. We walk in daily life, and if I do all my exercises on the floor, do they actually transfer to when I'm standing? And sometimes we need a lot of foot exercises, different foot drills to enable us to walk better. So if we just go straight down onto the floor, say, and done a lot of exercises on the floor and missed your feet out, when you stood up, if you've got a problem with the feet, then you might still go back into the same pattern of movement. So we try to work around the whole body over a period of 3 or 4 weeks, so that you're getting movement in most muscle groups around the body in different ways.
And we're doing multi-directional movement, so you're actually getting to move around, because actually you do need to be able to move multi-directionally in life. It's not just straight forward and straight back. It actually assists the forward and backward movement if you are better at moving and shifting, if you have to get out of the way of somebody and when you're out and about, or if you're just trying to get a job task done around the house that you wouldn't normally do, or anything really, or hobbies. You may even know already, you may be thinking, oh, I'm not very good on one side, or I move pretty well. Or if you do another hobby where it's highlighted if you're not moving very well, but it's all just individual, and see how you just come in and just see where you're at. That's your starting point, and then you go from there.
So what you'll probably find over the years, what we know of, there's different approaches to movement. And you've got your Pilates, you've got yoga, you can look at physio, chiropractic, osteopathy. They're all using different assessment tools. So we're kind of the same with our experience that we've done in our movement training, and that we will kind of use different exercises from rehab on there. Neurology training that we've done as well, so we do some neural stretches sometimes on there. 2 different movement drills so that you can see what's working and maybe what needs to do a little bit of a catch up. So on the exercise side, we can, as we said, change the level of exercise so that you don't feel that you're going to come in and do something above where you are at the moment. So we've got people coming in different ages are into our classes, and everyone's got different abilities. So hopefully we can kind of compensate for that.
Yeah, and also people when they come in, you might maybe you've been trying to do an exercise for ages and ages, but you're trying to stretch. People go on tired, keep stretching and stretching, but sometimes you maybe don't need to stretch. You just need to do a strengthening exercise to get more movement in an area, and it's just interesting how people discover about themselves. Like, oh, I can do that. I've not been able to do that, and it's just we really enjoy working with people, helping them improve how they move and how they can feel, get more body aware. It's just great. We really enjoy it.
So the other thing that to consider, so everyone thinks about moving their arms and legs, but breathing for us plays an important aspect of training. So we included a few easy breathing exercises into the classes. Breathing's a subject on its own that's going to take many hours of talking about, but realistically, if we can improve breathing, we can usually improve flexibility as well, mobility and movement. So some people come into us and not realised how important breath mechanics are, but they do play an important part. So some instances we've got to try and get you to breathe better, to move better.
It's a skill in itself.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different aspects that we tend to go through, but a lot of this is improving you over time. Yeah, don't think you're going to get this all in one hit. So it's us learning about you learning the exercises, getting confidence with them, and over a period of time, you should see some improvements on, keeping you a little bit more healthy. As I said, we don't do much cardio, so we always say go out and do some cardio in the week as well as what you do with us on there, because that's so important for healthy heart.
Yeah, some people come in to see us once or twice a week. Trevor also teaches out in the community. I just teach all online at the moment. We do when we're onboarding clients, when people think, oh, I want to come and join and do that, we always get them in before to get them set up online to see where they are and how they move before they actually would start. You come in and do that to see how you found it.
So I think so far we've covered a lot of things on the board. What else do we do? Sometimes we'll do the odd talk or discussion on subjects that we feel are important for people to be
or to explain what we're going to be doing in a bit more detail, because obviously in the class you don't want to be listening to loads of reasons why we're doing certain things. So we sometimes do a webinar that people can attend if they'd like to find out more, or some people don't want to do, but some people will find that it's something of interest to them, they might want to, and it's totally up to them. But
I've just listened to a webinar on like 2 hours on one test, which is amazing when you start looking at how a muscle in the leg could affect how you walk, how you move, how you stand, how you shift side to side. So movements over the years have got more complicated, I must admit, and that. So, but we're trying to cut that down to give you the exercise to see how well you perform it, but also then hopefully you'll see the results like down the line a little bit. So, what else do we do? Well, we do get people in with aches and pains like shoulders, knees, and hips. So sometimes with the pain type side of it, I have to see them individually on that side. But if you've just got aches and stiffness that we can deal with in the class, then usually we're going to put some exercises in that can hopefully improve them body parts on there to help you get moving better. So I think we're about there. Covered what we wanted to do today. Over the weeks, we're going to talk about shoulders, hips, knees, or different exercises that we do. So yeah, I'm not sure how often we're going to do these, so we'll see how it takes off. But yeah, hopefully have a listen, see what you think. If
Thanks
you want to join us for more,
time.
And we'll be back soon. Bye for
so
now.
Give us a call if you'd like to know more.